Good evening, everybody. Today I'm going to be talking to you about outlining the speech. This is a big part in the speech writing process. It kind of helps get everything organized. And there's a lot of little kind of steps that go into it, so let's get started. First thing, what you're going to be creating is a preparation outline. This is a detailed outline developed during the process of speech preparation that includes the title, general purpose, specific purpose, introduction, main points, subpoints, transitions, and conclusion of a speech. Some of the guidelines for the preparation outline. Well, first off, let me just say that with the preparation outline, you are this is what you're going to organize your speech with. With your speech, you want to try to have 3 to 5 main points. Again, you're trying to fill up at least 3 minutes of talking in front of the class. So you want to have 3 to 5 main points, 3 to 5 main things that you want to talk about for your informative speech. So let's just get that in our minds right away. So some guidelines for this preparation outline. First, you want to state the general and specific purpose of your speech. You want to identify the central idea. You want to label the introduction, body, and conclusion. And you want to use a consistent pattern of symbolization and indentation. And I'm going to get to that here in just a little bit later. Guidelines for the preparation outline: state main points and subpoints in full sentences. Label your transitions. Give your speech a title. The visual framework of the preparation outline is the pattern of symbolization and indentation in a speech outline that shows the relationships among the ideas of the speech. So all the things that you're going to be putting into your outline, they're all connected, they're all intertwined, and they all have to they need to look that way. So this is just real quick, rough example, and I'm going to show you a much more detailed example in just a minute, but this is just a real rough example of a visual framework of a preparation outline. Obviously, first off, up here, we're going to start off with an introduction. You have subpoint, subpoint. So for an example, like you have your body. You get into the body part of your speech. Your first main point, or the first thing you're going to talk about. Right underneath it, you'll have supporting information, some supporting information. This connects to this main point. The second supporting information connects to this main point. Then you move on to your second main point. Now, one thing I just want to point out here that I have this up, and I'll talk about it here in just a little bit, is if you have a capital letter A, you have to have a capital letter B. If you have a number 1, you have to have a number 2. You can have a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and so on, but if you have a 1, you have to have a 2. If you have an A, you have to have a B, and more likely you'll have a C and maybe a D. All depends. But I'll get more into that in the next example of a speech that I'm going to show you. So let's go to that right now. I'm going to change gears here and open up this. Let's get up to the top so I can show you. This is a speech outlining example. So this is how your outline is going to look. Right at the top, when you start creating your outline, this is the first 3 things I want to see is your name. You put here your general purpose. Now, the general purpose for this speech is to inform. This is informative speech, so that's what you're doing. Your specific purpose is to inform my audience. Start it off with those words. This is what you want to do. To inform my audience about the basic format and guidelines for preparing an outline. All right. So, very first thing, you put a Roman numeral right here. And then you have introduction. First thing that you're going to have in your introduction is some sort of attention getter. Imagine you are going to build a house. Wouldn't you want a set of plans before you started construction? Speech also requires planning. That's why each speech should be outlined. All right, so I've got your attention. We go on to and we put in our specific purpose. Correct speech outlining requires the mastery of a few simple principles. Now we have our connection to the audience. This is our connection to the audience. Outlining your speech presents several advantages to you. Number 1, it enables you to organize your ideas clearly. It enables you to easily rehearse your presentation. It enables you to easily revise and refine your speech. Then the last thing that we'll go into is you're going to preview the things that you're going to talk about. So letter D is a preview. Today I will tell you how to prepare a proper heading, how to use proper format, and how to follow basic outlining rules. Now this is another really important thing, the transition. You want to have transitions to tell your audience that you're going from one thought to another. So with the transition, we're going from our introduction right into our body, and I want you to actually put this into your outline. So right in between Roman numeral number 1, the introduction, and going into the body, you put transition. Let's move now to my first point. That's a great transition, which is how to prepare a proper heading. So now we're looking at the body of our speech. Again, we want to have 3 to 5 main points. Before the actual speech outline, you must provide at the top of the page both the general purpose and the specific purpose. The specific purpose, written as a single infinitive statement, summarizes what you want your audience to know, do, or feel as a result of listening to your speech. The general purpose just simply explains what type of speech you're giving: informational, persuasive, entertainment. Okay, we've covered that. So that's our first body information. Again, if you have an A, you have to have a B. If you have a 1, you have to have a 2. And I'll talk about that in a minute. Transition. Now that you understand how to create a proper heading, let's move now to my second point, which is how to use standard outlining format. The format requires Roman numerals for main points. So back up here at the body, introduction at the top there, and then body, and then our conclusion. So you're really only going to use 3 Roman numerals. Requires Roman numerals for the main points. So subpoints are indicated by capital letters. All right, there should always be a B to match an A, like I was saying before. Supporting points are indicated by Arabic numerals. There should always be a 2 to match a 1. Lowercase letters may be used for further subdivisions. There should always be a B to match an A. Now, all I am requiring you to do is to at least go down to this level, to that supporting information point where you put in the numbers 1 and 2 for these other subpoints. Okay, for the capital A and capital B, which are going to be the subpoints, the things that you're going to be talking about in your speech. Next, the signpost transitions between main points should be written in parentheses as illustrated in the outline. So again, you need to put this in, transition. It's really important. Now that I've told you how to create a heading and the standard outline format, you must also understand the rules of outlining, which brings me to my third point. Several rules should be followed in outlining. Divide your outline into the introduction, body, and conclusion. Begin each section, the intro, body, and conclusion, with a Roman numeral 1 or a Roman numeral 2 or a Roman numeral 3. Now how you do that is you make a capital letter I. There's Roman numeral 2. There's Roman numeral number 3. The introduction has four parts. It should open by grabbing the audience's attention. We'll go over that in another video. It should have a general and specific purpose. It should connect with the audience. It should preview your main points, just like we did up above. The body contains the main points and transitions. The conclusion has 2 parts. It should summarize the main points. It should close with impact. Use complete sentences in your outline, formal outline. Use 1 sentence per letter or number. Separate distinct ideas into different sentences. It is not necessary to use complete sentences in situations such as the following: list of tools, ingredients, parts of a larger whole, places where complete sentences would be awkward or unnatural. When citing sources, put the author's name and date in parentheses after the point. American Psychological Association, just like the example there. If you are quoting directly, include page number, include the full source citation in your references. Make sure that your outline is typed. Conclusion, summarize. So, in summary, correct speech outlining involves a few simple principles. You must give your outline a proper heading. You must follow the standard format. You must use complete sentences, develop 3 to 5 main points, and use proper source citation. Now you want to close with impact. Following these steps will prepare you for success with outlining and delivering speeches in this class. And just like building a house, the outline is your speech's foundation. So you have this video. You're going to get this exact example outline, okay, to follow in creating your own outline. So use these things, follow the rules that are on this outline, and put together your own outline. Again, the better that you are prepared, the better that you are organized, the better speech you will give.